outside. I wanna go back to bed and let anxiety win. Don't wanna let you down, don't wanna let you in. I let anxiety win.
One of my friends is too cold. They wanna hang out, but I don't. Don't wanna be bothered. I know, but I hate being alone. Tell me what's happening with my soul. I try to get past it, but I won't. They think that I'm crazy, but who knows? I might be, maybe. I might take a walk on my shoes and you might see life in a way that you never seen it. If you feel like I do, then you might blink twice and you realize you were never dreaming. Only thing that I do is play.
Yo, what up, fam? Hope y'all having a good day. This is November 3rd, which November is, excuse me, Suicide Awareness Month. All right, so I'm wearing this shirt right now. You matter. All right, the world would be, man, the world would be a fucked up place if you leave, man. So just stay. You know, it gets better. It gets better, man. Just say you matter. All right. Second of all, I'd like to welcome y'all to Mind Over Culture, my mental health segment, which Mind Over Culture means choosing healing, therapy, and emotional truth over cultural habits that taught us to stay quiet and be strong at cost of our mental health. All right. This is episode 2, which I'll be talking about what is anxiety and what does anxiety look like in the Black community. Okay, so come join me on my mental health journey to bring an awareness to the Black community and to anybody else that may need this awareness about what mental health is, about what mental illness is, about different, not different, but what is depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, PTSD, and all the other mental illnesses. Okay, so like I said, welcome to Mind Over Culture, and I am Lamonte, aka TAZZ. You feel me? Also known as Mentally Minded Monte. So let's get into it. All right, what is anxiety? Okay, anxiety is natural emotions and physical response to stress, danger, or uncertainty. It is the feeling of worry, nervousness, or fear about what might happen. Everyone experiences anxiety at times, but it becomes a concern when it is intense, constant. It begins to interfere with daily life. Okay, so everybody goes through anxiety. Everybody gets anxious, through many different situations in life. Some people just get anxious waking up. Some people just get anxious driving into work, just worrying about what's going to happen today. Your mind can come up with so many different scenarios about a situation, but that don't mean that it's true. That don't mean that them thoughts are true. I mean, they're just thoughts. You feel me? All right. So some key points on anxiety is it involves thoughts like something bad is going to happen. It triggers physical reactions like fast heartbeat, sweating, tight chest, or restlessness. Okay, it can affect behavior, make someone avoid situations, overthink, or struggle to focus. Okay, so these are the key points, key symptoms of anxiety. And a simpler definition of what anxiety is. Anxiety is your mind and body's way of reacting to perceived danger. All right? Anxiety is your mind and body's way of reacting to perceived danger, even if there's no real threat. Okay? So that's where anxiety comes from most of the time, when your body is perceiving a threat that you are not familiar with, or a threat that you feel like that you cannot control at the time. that's when the body starts getting anxious. You know, start getting sweaty palms. You know, your heart starts beating fast. You know, your breathing gets uncontrollable. So that's anxiety in a nutshell. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about how anxiety is seen in the black community. Okay, in the black community, anxiety is often in the black community, anxiety is often present, but not always openly talked about or recognized. It can show up in unique ways because of cultural expectations, historical trauma, discrimination, and the pressure to be strong. Okay? In our black community, there's always the pressure to be strong, always, go pray about it, take your time, but when you're full of anxiety, sometimes prayer won't work. Sometimes you need to find the root of your anxiety and get rid of that. Okay? So these are six ways. These are 6 ways in the black community that we see anxiety. All right. First is cultural expectations. Be strong. Keep going. Many are raised with this idea of being strong, not showing weakness, and pushing through pain. We have in our community, sometimes we don't have no choice to waddle in our stress or waddle in our anxieties. We got to be strong. Keep going. Keep pressing on. Because we feel like nobody's going to help us. We feel like nobody's going to understand us. Somebody's going to call us crazy if we do speak up about our anxiety or our anxiousness. All right. Because of this, anxiety might be hidden, ignored, or seen as just stress or normal life struggles. Okay. 2, silent symptoms instead of speaking out. Okay? Excuse me. No bad, y'all. Instead of saying, I feel anxious, it may show up as irritability or anger, physical symptoms like headaches, tight chest, stomach aches, or fatigue. Being easily overwhelmed or shutting down emotionally. Overthinking and constantly worrying. Overthinking and constant worry, but never saying it out loud. I see a lot of this every day. I go through this myself, especially overthinking and just keeping it to myself when I know I should say something about the situation or to the person that's making me anxious, or about the situation that's making me anxious. I tend to sometimes get overwhelmed about certain things, and I shut down. I shut down quickly. I don't care. This is me, my mind. So I feel like if I'm getting too anxious about something and I can't figure the situation out, I'm shutting down. I'm getting out of that, but I'm shutting down. Sometimes I get irritable and angry. That's when that special urge from God come in, So that helps me out. Number 3, all right, mistrust of mental health systems. Mistrust of mental health systems, all right. Past experience of racism in healthcare and lack of cultural sensitivity, therapists lead to mistrust. All right. Some avoid seeking help because they fear being judged, misunderstood, or labeled as crazy. In our culture, we already don't go to the doctor anyway. I could say most black men don't go to the doctor because of mistrust. Almost black people. But when it comes to mental help, no, we ain't seeking no help at all. We go to the church. We go to our friend. We go to Facebook. Before we even seek professional help. And we got to start seeking professional help. You find you a good black therapist that specialize in the area that you need, and go from there. Like I said, I will also again post the black therapist here in Tulsa, that you can reach out to. Okay, number 4 is faith and coping skills. All right, church, prayer, and faith are powerful sources of comfort and healing. But sometimes anxiety is misunderstood as a lack of faith instead of real mental issues. All right, when I've been through this before, I've had Christian people tell me that my anxiety that I'm in, I just need to have more faith in God. Don't be anxious. He had it all covered. That's all fine and dandy to hear. But when you're going through the symptoms or going through the steps of trying to better yourself, sometimes you want instant gratification. You don't, sometimes you're like, well, I prayed, and nothing's happened yet. Yes, we can pray, but also if you pray, you got to put in the work. You got to, whatever you pray for, you got to help God with. So you praying for your anxiety, and you being so anxious all the time. When those situations come to hand, you have to look to God like, God, okay, what can I do? What are my coping skills? What are my skills to calm myself down? What are my skills to have faith in you that nothing's going to happen, that everything's going to be strong, everything's going to be straight. That's why I say people say lack of faith, because we take our anxiety to extremes. Like I said, when they're irritable and anger comes in, we're frustrated. We don't know how to deal with it or how to control it or find something else to place that with. So that's my thoughts on that. But 5, normalizing struggle. All right, generational trauma, racism, and survival mode can make anxiety feel normal. Okay, phrases like, we've been through worse, you'll be fine, just pray about it, can unintentionally silence real pain. So just by hearing these, you've been through worse, you'll be fine, just pray about it, those are good. I'm not going to say they're good. Those are horrible suggestions when someone is dealing with anxiety and been dealing with anxiety for a long time. Because you'll be fine. No, I won't. I'm not fine. I haven't been fine for weeks. And I'm trying to find a way out of this. Oh, you've been through worse? No, I feel like this is the worst I've been through. So help me get out of it. That's what we look for. Those who go through anxiety, we look for a way out. We look for someone close to us to help us, to vent to. And sometimes venting to somebody close to you is not always right. You need to find somebody professional. Find somebody that's going to really, really, really help you. One is going to listen first. Listen to you to understand, and not listen to speak or listen to react. You have to find that common ground within yourself and your anxiety. What's causing you this anxiety? What's making you feel this way? What's making you feel not like you're fine? And once you do pray about it, what are the actions that you take after praying? Okay. Number 6 is the big one, the last one. Barriers to getting help. Okay? Barriers to getting help. We have a lot of resources here in Tulsa for the black community when it comes to getting help for your mental health or mental illness. Okay? We have a lot. So I'm learning myself that we have a lot of different resources in the black community that's around us. That's out. You can reach it and grab it, man. So And one thing you have to look for is resources. You know, we have a computer in our hands every day. We have all the knowledge in our hands every day to look up something, to look up, hey, therapist, counselor for anxiety in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A slew list, or black therapists in Oklahoma that deal with anxiety, depression. A slew list, okay? So, barriers to getting help. Limited access to affordable therapists who understand black culture. Fear of being seen as weak or being judged by family or peers. Lack of conversation about mental health in some homes and communities, okay? Therapy is high. Yes, therapy is a lot, okay? And that's one of the reasons why we don't go look for it, because it's not affordable to us. Even with some people's insurance, they still got to come out of pocket. So, like I said, we resort to church, we resort to our friends, we resort to Facebook. Or we just resort to marijuana, alcohol, different vices to control our anxiety. No, but there's a lot of different resources out there. We also have a fear of being called weak. It is never, ever, ever, ever weak to express your emotions, to express how much anxiety you have at the moment, how anxious you are about a situation in your life. It can be past, present, or future. It's never weak. And anybody that judge you for feeling this way, 9 times out of 10, it's a self-reflection, because they're going through some things too, and they're kind of judged that you had the ability to speak up. I mean, this is just my thoughts. You feel me? I feel like if a person is downplaying your anxiety, downplaying how anxious you are, you know, when you're coming to them for, coming to an event or for advice, and they downplay the situation, then they got some issues going on with themselves too. All right, so don't feel bad. Just seek other help that is conducive to your situation. Okay. So, in summary, anxiety in the black community is real, but it often goes unspoken. Masked as stress, anger, physical pain. Cultural strength is powerful, but healing also comes from honest conversations, therapy, faith, and support. Okay? So I hope that definition helped you guys, and I hope that I hope the definition of anxiety in the black community helped you out. They're just a brief sentiment. All right, now I want to put y'all on to some coping skills for anxiety. Okay. Hold on. Red Solo. Yo. All right. First coping skill: body, mind, techniques. Okay. Number 1, deep breathing. The 4-7-8 method. All right. You inhale 4 seconds. All right. Now you inhale for 4 seconds, you hold for 7 seconds, and you exhale slowly for 8. This calms your nervous system. Okay. Number 2, grounding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. All right. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. This brings you back to the present, okay? This helps you regulate things around you so that your mind can regulate where you at, where your nerves are, where your thoughts are in the present moment, okay? For example, I see a red car. I see a blue trash can. I see a white house. I see a tree. I see kids playing in the street, okay? 4 things I can touch. I can touch this cup. I can touch this bug repellent. I can touch myself. I can touch this phone, okay? 3 things I can hear. I hear a dog barking. All right? I hear cars on the other street. I hear kids playing. 2 things I can smell. Well, right now, all I can smell is outdoors. I can smell this Stella red wine. And 1 thing I can taste. This red wine. It helped me bring me back to the present, so I can think clearer. I have time to analyze my situation. All right. 3, progressive muscle relaxation. Okay? Tense one muscle group for 5 seconds, then release. Move from head to toe. All right? And those are mind and body techniques, okay? These are mental and emotional coping, okay? Mental and emotional coping. Positive self-talk. Replace thoughts like, I can't handle this with, I've done had, Replace thoughts like, I can't handle this with, I've done hard things before. I can handle this too, okay? Journaling. Write down what you are feeling and why. It helps you process emotions and recognize patterns. Reframing thoughts. Anxiety says, what if it all goes wrong? You teach yourself to say, what if it goes right? Okay? This is lifestyle-based coping. Okay? Exercise or movement. Walk, stretch, dance. Movement releasing endorphins and reduce tension. Okay? Limit coffee and sugar. They can increase heart rate and make anxiety feel worse. Create a routine. Structure brings comfort when your mind feels chaotic. Sleep and hydration. A rested brain handles stress better. Okay? Get your rest. Hydrate your body. Okay? A rested mind is what you need. Okay? When your mind is not rested right, you haven't got good, adequate sleep, you're not thinking right. Your mind is always going to be everywhere. You're going to always be tired. Your mind's always going to be tired. You're never going to get the right brain function flowing in your mind. So, good sleep, hydration, okay? Creative and calming activities. Art, music, or writing. Use creativity to release feelings without words. Okay? Nature therapy. Sit outside. Listen to the birds. Feel the sun. It's proven to lower anxiety. I do this like damn near every day. I love being outside. Love looking at nature. Love hearing the birds. Looking at the animals. Just hearing nature happen. You know, just block out your worries. Block out your emotions. Block out the past, the present. Block out future. Just listen to God. Listen and watch God. Okay. And what nature is, you're looking and listening to God. Point blank. All right. Prayer, meditation, mindfulness, focus on stillness, or connecting spiritually. Okay. Take 5-10 minutes out your day. Meditate. Pray. You know, focus on something that is positive in your life. Focus on something that you want to accomplish in your life. You know, mindfulness. Be mindful of positivity in your life, okay? Connection and support. Talk to someone. Friend, therapist, mentor. Speaking your anxiety out loud reduces its power. Okay, when you speak about your anxiety, you reduce the power for it to control your mind, control your emotions, control your habits, control your everyday living. You gotta take your power back. Okay, take the power away from anxiety and bring it back to you. Okay. Find a support group. Knowing others feel the same way helps you feel less alone. Okay? Find your community. You know, find the people that you can relate to. Find the people that you can actually be vulnerable with and talk to without feeling judged. Without feeling crazy, beat. Now, for crazy, this gives you a opportunity to be open, an opportunity to hear others' problems or others' issues that they have with anxiety, and it helps you have a more self-awareness about yourself and about anxiety in a whole, that you're not the only person going through this, and there is a way out of it. There is a way to feel better. There is a way to not feel so anxious all the time. Okay? Like I said, this is my this is Mind Over Control. This is Mind Over Culture. And I thank y'all for tuning in for today's segment on anxiety. I want to leave y'all with a little something less shown. Joyner Lucas, which I played in the beginning of the show. I'm going to play the outro. Alright? Show y'all how I get rid of my little anxiety sometimes.
Sometimes feeling a lot, sometimes don't think that I'm happy here. Fuck it, I roll this blunt, somebody gon' bring me a bag of beer. Cause when I'm feeling fucked up, so many times my problems disappear. Who am I? Can't no one tell me nothing. Oh my God. Look at them, got me buzzing just in time. Ain't no one I can trust, and all of my fears are really assumptions. What am I scared of? Really it's nothing. Maybe I'm bugging, maybe I need to pray. Cause I ain't been sleeping days, I gotta get out of this evil place. Or maybe I need to stay, stare at the mirror, the truth is I hate my reflection, cause all I can see is shame. Cause anybody please relate, do you feel the same? Like, I think my tension is building, my stress is a killer. My head to the ceiling, the pressure is feeling, expression and healing, deflecting, and still I'm expecting to feel I'm connected, but really I'm stressing. Now how you expect me to deal with these walls when they keep on closing in? As soon as I think that I'm close to win, anxiety taking control again.
Don't wanna go outside, I wanna go back to bed and let anxiety win. Don't wanna let you down, don't wanna let you in, I let anxiety win.
always remember, you matter. This is Suicide Prevention Month. Check on your people. You know, tomorrow episode, depression. What is depression? How does depression affect the black community? Tune in and thank you.